Welcome to Manila, Philippines. So after 6 years, I'm finally back in my home country and I'm staying here for 5 weeks. But this time, instead of just being on vacation, I'm actually doing some work. Besides YouTube, I am doing freelance writing. And if you have been following me for a while, or if you know me in real life, becoming a remote worker, online worker, or digital nomad has been a big dream of mine, but that really felt impossible because I'm a nurse. Like, how do you go from bedside nursing and become a digital nomad? So I am not a full-time freelance writer. I'm only doing this part-time. I like to travel for a very long time in one city, and then I don't like not having a source of income. So I really felt like I made this dream into a reality, or manifested it if you're more into spirituality. But this did not happen overnight. There are some steps that I took to get here. It took me over 2 years to go through this whole thing. And if you are a nurse and you would like to see how I made this happen, then this video is going to be for you. But before I go into the actual steps, I'd like to go get some coffee. But I'm gonna switch to my phone because this is going to attract less attention. So let's go. Okay, so I have my coffee and now I'm ready to talk about the steps in order to become a part-time digital nomad, especially if you're a nurse. So the very first thing that you need to do is really picking a skill, and this can be anything. When I was starting out, I didn't really know what skill I wanted to make. When I was going through this whole thing, I saw that you could be like a designer, a freelance, whatever, right? And at this point, I can't really tell you what skill to pick. I chose writing because I was drawn to it. I didn't initially pick it, but I knew I always wanted to blog. That was some sort of dream that I've had ever since I was a kid. I've also wanted to create videos like this. So I would say that when you're picking a skill, really try to experiment as much as possible and just figure out what you like, right? I always say that in my previous videos about whenever I'm talking about like starting a side hustle. Pick something that you really like, whether that is designing, visuals, written, but it has to be something that you are in. So that's the very first thing, and figure out a way to do that in public. So let's say you wanted to become a visual artist and that's your dream. I would not say go on Twitter because Twitter is very text-based platform. I would say go on Instagram, go on TikTok, go on YouTube, because these platforms are very visual platforms. So whatever skill you're trying to kind of put out there or practice in public per se, figure out the platform that is going to complement that skill, right? So for me, writing, I'm using Twitter, I'm using Medium, and I'm using LinkedIn, and all these platforms really are the platforms that work well with writing. So I would say, again, pick a skill and start shipping in public or practicing in public. I actually think I'm going to move because it is too noisy here. I hope that you heard some of that, so we'll see. Let's go. Okay, so the second thing is really learning how to monetize this skill. So monetizing the skill does not mean following your passion or making money doing what you love. Although if you do love the skill that you like doing, and if it's your passion, that's great. But if it's not, just picking something that you like or good enough for you that you're not going to hate every single minute of it, I think is a really good way to go about this too. Because for me, the moment I monetized my writing, I actually started disliking it. So it's not always a good thing. So if you do have a skill that you don't, let's say, is not something you're passionate about, but you're really good at, then go for it. Try to monetize it as soon as possible, because then you can get this dream going as early as possible. So how do you monetize your skill? First, you become really good at it, and second, you basically get feedback from others, whether that's in your industry. I'm going to keep using the example of freelance designing because it's different enough from writing. Let's say if you are a freelance graphic designer specifically, you will go on Instagram, build your portfolio on public, and get some feedback from either the people that you are kind of serving, the audience that you're building as you are building your portfolio, or you can also get feedback from other designers or join some sort of other communities online to see if you can get some peer-to-peer feedback. Also, joining online courses can help you with this. So there are many different ways to get some sort of feedback that you will see whether it is good enough to monetize this, whether someone is going to pay for the skill that you are trying to put out there. You have to figure out like who's going to pay for this skill, right? Usually business owners are the best audience to target when it comes to these kind of things, because they're the one who's willing to spend money on skills like this. Like if I were to go to a friend and I told them, it's like, hey, I can start writing for you, they're gonna be like, okay, why would I need that? Whereas if I go to a business and I say, hey, I can create a blog post for your business so you can show up on Google, or so you can have more content on your social media, and they're gonna think differently than someone who is just a regular consumer. Same with photography. Their business owners are more likely to spend money and resources into things that's going to elevate their business versus someone who's just trying to get by life or trying to be a consumer in this world. Let's say you're good enough to monetize your skill and you now want to put yourself out there, start offering your service, let's say. So you can do this by actually going to people that you know, or actually putting yourself in outreach position where you would be cold emailing random people on the internet that you see. So personally, what I did is that I pitched to people that I've already knew. So for example, I joined this course, Ship 30 for 30, and I've already had some sort of relationship with the co-founders. Their name is Dickie Bush and Nicholas Cole. And later on, I decided that I wanted to become a freelance writer because I was kind of like a star student in their program, and I wanted to see if I can monetize it. So I actually pitched to them. I said, hey, Dickie and Cole, I really like what you guys are doing, and I want to see if I can become a freelance writer for you guys, because they're the ones who taught me how to write, and they're the ones who will be able to give me a really good feedback, and why not get paid along the way? So that's what I did, and I did get them as a client, which is incredible. So that is one way to go about this, is really embed yourself into different communities and start pitching. Hey, I can do this for free. I can do this for a really discounted price. I just want something on my portfolio. And also it's a way for you to get testimonials as well. Obviously there are details that go into this, but again, I'm giving you like a very general overview or high level of this kind of information, because that's what YouTube is for. If you do have questions, don't hesitate to come and ask me on my social media like Twitter or Instagram or email. Okay, so basically you learn the skill, you have been building some sort of portfolio, and you've decided that you've monetized your skill, and really you just want to monetize your skill up to a point where you can kind of create a living income out of it. So for example, with, let's say, writing, I was able to get like $3,000 just by working with 2 clients, by charging them $1,500 a month for putting 4 articles on their website. So that's a lot of content to write for 2 clients, which is why I don't do this full time, because I like my own writing. I'm doing YouTube, I'm doing so many things that it's not feasible for me to do it full time. But right now, my current contract with this company called Passion Fruit is that they pay me a set rate of $1,500, and I just do a bunch of their content writing, and it's variable. I write blog posts, I write social media content on Twitter, and I write social media content on Instagram, and I repurpose a lot of their podcasts. So it's really a variety, and it's a set rate. I do my own hours. I don't have to do any meetings. So it's really a really good arrangement for me. So it works, even though it's a low pay, it's good enough for me right now. And also, because you are a nurse, this is specifically a guide for nurses, which means you do have an advantage of becoming a travel nurse and a contract nurse, which is the last step in this whole process. If you are wanting to become a digital nomad and you don't want to do it full time because not having a source of income stresses you out and finding clients stresses you out, I would suggest that use your nursing background to actually move yourself forward. So for example, I'm doing travel nursing when I'm back home in Canada, but I'm not doing it full time. I'm doing it 3 weeks to 4 weeks every month or so. And also I'm doing agency nursing or per diem or casual contract, whatever you want to call it, basically an PRN basis of nursing in different hospitals in the emergency departments, which is my specialty, just so that I have that some sort of income. So this is just a way for me to kind of diversify myself or spread out the risk, so that like when I lose my freelance client, I'm not totally, oh my god, where am I gonna create money from? So when I'm not working as a travel nurse, I still have an income. I just kind of made this my life, whereas that I'm quite flexible, right? So I'm traveling, I still have sort of income. When I'm back home, I'm doing travel nursing, I have source of income. When I'm traveling again, I have money saved up and I'm not basically worrying about money, so that I can fully enjoy the things that I'm doing while I'm traveling and also doing work. So it is a bit of complicated lifestyle, but I think that it's something that I wish I saw other people are doing, because a lot of the people I see online are always into like, oh my god, you have to go all in this thing, you have to go really deep into this one thing forever. And if you know me, I am more of a generalist and I like tapping into multiple things. The challenge is not being burnt out and making it sustainable, but so far it has been working. But if you do want to see tips on how I manage my life, my time, how I do all of these things together while also being a wife and a daughter and a sister, and basically not giving up on my social life, yeah, if you're basically interested in hearing my opinions on those, let me know. But I really hope that this quick video has served you in some way, and I hope that you be kind to yourself and you take it one day at a time. I'll see you in the next video.